I'm going to be talking about why clients leave their realtors. Hi, I'm Tasha with eXp Realty. I'm sure that you've been in this situation, and if not, it's bound to happen where your client decides that they're going to end their relationship with you and they're going to move forward and go with a different agent, and you've already spent all of this time going out showing them homes, spending hours researching properties for them, making showing requests for them, submitting offers. It always is a crappy thing whenever a client decides that they don't want to work with you anymore. So I'm here to help you figure out why that is and why our clients are leaving us and why they are basically, sometimes they just ghost us and don't tell us anything about what happened. And it's important to get that feedback, but it's also really important to understand why exactly that it's happening. So stay tuned to the end because I have a key one that I really want to talk about. So be sure to stay to the end so that way you can get that key piece of information from this video, and also like, subscribe, comment to this channel so that way you can see more videos from me. So one of the first one is the client says, the realtor will not return my phone calls in a timely manner, or the realtor doesn't return the phone calls at all. So this is obviously a time management issue. Unfortunately, us realtors, we always get busy, or sometimes we get busy, or somebody calls us or emails us or texts us and we just forget, or we're so overwhelmed and busy that we just we don't have time to respond back to them. So they are looking to you to respond back to them, and their expectations may be different than what your expectations are. Like, you can't expect somebody to return your phone call or text sometimes within 5 minutes, and then unfortunately sometimes that's just expected of us as agents. So but that's one of the reasons why, is because realtors aren't returning their phone calls, or they're not following up with them enough. So, you got this client and then now you're basically almost ghosting them and not responding to them. So that's one of the reasons why, I would say that's one of the main reasons why realtors or clients leave their realtors, is because the realtor does not respond to them. And then another one is the realtor doesn't keep their promise. So they are promising them that they will, follow up on something for them, like get a piece of information. This client is, inquiring about this house, what they want to know, like, okay, well, does the HOA accept pets? And then it's like 3 days later and you haven't gotten back to the client. And that obviously goes back to number one, but you're not keeping your promise, you're not returning the call, and you're not getting them that information that is needed. And you may not have that information, but the important thing is to let the client know, like, hey, I reached out, I haven't heard back from so-and-so about the question that you had. Please know that I am adamantly following up for you. I just don't have that answer or information for you just yet. Number 3 is the realtor isn't knowledgeable enough about the market. And I'm not really necessarily talking about new agents, though of course that could be an issue for new agents as well. And I guess it's primarily for new agents because they don't have that knowledge about the market, or there's something that they may expect you to have knowledge about that unfortunately they just don't have knowledge about. The fact that realtors, that certain things are not within their scope of practice, so like zoning, boundary lines, permits, like there's certain things that the client isn't necessarily going to know, that we don't have the ability to tell them about these things because we are not supposed to be telling them about these things. So and letting them know that, like, hey, this is not within my scope of practice. I recommend that you go to the city to have them pull all the permits on the property, and then basically directing them, being the source of that information instead of like you trying to be that information for them. And of course, if you're a new agent, having a mentor right by your side is going to make a huge difference. So making sure you have a local realtor that is there and helping you, so that way you don't look like you don't have knowledge about the market. Me, with my agents, I always help them with, CMAs and, just trying to guide the client. And then I always jump on the phone if there needs to be a phone conversation to talk about whatever it is that the client needs support with. So, but yeah, that is number 3. So not having enough knowledge about the market. Number 4 is the realtor tries hard to sell the client on the property. Of course, we're all trying to make a sale, right? We're not doing this for free. Obviously we're all trying to get paid as a job, as a career. So we all have to get paid. But that is one of the big problems, is that you're trying to sell the client on the property and you're not really digging into their needs and seeing what it is that the client needs, and you're trying to just push them into a property that they necessarily wouldn't want. And so it's good not to push clients into properties, even if you really need that paycheck. It's not good to push them into it because they feel it. They're gonna know, and they're going to feel it, and that's just not a very good feeling. It's kind of like you walk into a store and somebody's automatically like trying to sell you this shirt that you'll never need, or want. So the realtor is pushy or aggressive. Kind of goes number 4 hand in hand. Realtor is too pushy, too aggressive. There's one thing whenever it comes to educating your clients on, what they should be looking for, or just giving them advice and like, hey, have you considered blah 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 about the market, like whatever it is, like just talking them through things versus just being pushy and aggressive, like you really need to buy this property, versus just coaching them through the process, which is what our job is. So our job is not to be pushy and aggressive, but unfortunately some people do come off like that, and so it doesn't jive with everybody. So it's going to happen, unfortunately. But that's one of the reasons why clients are leaving their realtors. So number 6, the realtor just doesn't provide good customer service. Unfortunately, we see this a lot within the real estate industry. Some people don't have past sales backgrounds, customer service backgrounds, so they don't necessarily know how to handle a customer slash client, and they don't know how to give that good customer service, and they don't know how to provide that to the client, and they may actually think that they're giving them good customer service, whereas the client is like, well, this is one of the most horrible experiences I ever had. So I know we really pride ourselves on giving good customer service. Sometimes we fail at certain things, but we definitely try to give them good customer service. But this actually leads into my key reason for why people are leaving their realtors. The key reason is that they are not giving their clients expectations from the beginning. There are no boundaries that are set. Nothing is explained from the beginning. And so if you're not having that initial buyer consultation, and you're not going through and explaining things, and you're just focused on like, okay, just gather this information and go, that's not going to really, do well for you. You're there to provide that expertise, educate them about the market. I create videos for my clients so that way they are well educated from the time they're shopping for a home, to the minute that they have keys in their hand, and even after closing. So making sure that client has that full experience, and they know what your hours are, they know when to expect to hear from you, they know how to reach out to you, and they know all of these things. And so when they reach out to you at 9 o'clock at night, and send you a text, that they're not expecting you to respond back because you told them like, hey, these are my hours, I only work till 8 p.m. However, if you send me a text or anything like that, please do. I don't want you to forget your question, and then I'll just follow up the next day whenever whenever I'm working. So there's just a certain way to communicate all of these things with your clients, and educating them on the way, because not everything can be done up front, obviously, and you can't do all of the education up front. But if you're creating videos for them on the process, that will help take you a little bit further away from like having to provide all of that education by phone, by email, by text, because it's you creating these videos for your clients, so the way they're well educated about the process, they know what to expect, they know how to reach you, they know when they can reach you, and you're also going back and saying, hey, Like, I need to reach out to the other agent about this property. I will get back to you at this time, blah, blah, blah. So, really, like, letting them know when to expect to hear back from you, that you are taking care of them, and just coming from a place of service instead of sales. And that's what we're all about as well, is coming from a place of service and not sales, and not trying to make that hard sale. Yeah, at times, you do have to make that sale, but believe me, your client is going to appreciate you so much more if you come from a place of just putting their needs above yours. That's your fiduciary duty anyways. So but yeah, it all comes back down to, did you have that conversation with them up front? Did you tell them a little bit about what to expect from you at the beginning? And did you create those videos? Did you create that rapport? Did you ask them the right questions? So I would be happy to share a little bit more about how we do our buyer consultations. So leave me a comment and let me know if that's something that you would like to see. Also, we do have business support calls if you're kind of you're basically your business is not going so great and your clients keep dropping you. We'd be happy to talk to you about like why we think that is and what you could have done better, and of course, like, helping you with better customer retention. So anyways, but also don't be discouraged, because it happens to all of us. So you're going to have those people that decide that they're not going to work with you. So don't worry about those people that don't align with you. There are plenty of people that do. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like this video. I will be doing way more videos in the future, so make sure that you are subscribing so that way you see those, and hit that little bell notification, and I'll see you next time.